Oh, hello. Oh, welcome to the haunted house. Welcome back. How are you? How have you been? Today we're totally ripping some Metazoo. Some nada. Oh, you want to rip some nada? Some Metazoo? Oh, that's what we're going to do today. So we're hitting the haunted house. I'm Mr. Haunt. How are you? And today we're going to rip some Metazoo, some nada. I'm hitting the camera. Do you see that camera? You see it? Nada. What a bab. Absolute bab right there. And then I totally saw one of the, I did some shred, and I got sad, and I definitely saw this guy, and he was like, whoa. And I was like, whoa. We were just like, whoa. Crazy. And then this guy, I like tripped a little too much. Like this one guy I know named Eb, he gets like crazy high. And I did like try to keep up with her, and shit got like crazy and scary. And I definitely saw this guy, and he was like, rah. And I was like, ah. And I was like, whoa. And totally crazy. Wild. And then like I just saw this bird, and I was like, what a pretty bird. And it just flew away. And I was like, eh. Alright. Oh, boy, that was stupid. Alright, moving on. We're ripping some more native. We got another 20 packs of native. Sorry for that. I had to entertain myself. Probably sitting there like, what the fuck is happening right now? I don't know. Gotta keep it interesting sometimes. We'll pretend that was interesting. Alright, well, how we been? What's it been? A day? If that. Squash blossom. Blossom. Oh, there's that rare bison again, non-hollow. Very rare. Alright. Focus, Mr. Hunt. There we go. Alright. So we were talking about the Metazoo base set. And how Mr. Haunt thinks there's a squash blossom. That's the one we like to see. Very nice. Pretty card. And I think they probably did a little too much. It started to get a little repetitive with some of their ideas. I don't know if we needed Ho-Oh and, Zix and the Phoenix. And I think all three of them, or maybe two of the three, got alt arts. And it started to get like, if you look at those cards, I just don't know if anyone really cares. Like, I understand what you might be going for, but I just feel like they were doing too much. And I feel like to some degree, some of those designs were just so, like, no one really cares. So it just kind of seems like wasted effort, wasted space, wasted art. The art is nice, but just the characters all seem borderline identical. You got the Quetzal, you got the Thunderbird, and then they put like Stormbringer in there. And they also did. So they did like Stormbringer as like a supposed Thunder Dragon, and also like a Fire Dragon. But then neither of them really looked like dragons. And you can make an argument they were almost going for like a Zapdos, Moltres, Articuno situation. I guarantee you're probably going to see like a water ice quote unquote dragon more looking like a bird situation in the next set with Loveland Frogman. That's probably what they'll do. But like, again, with those, just like, you can do that by all means. I mean, you can do whatever the hell you want as your TCG. But I don't know. They just kind of seemed like very generic to me. And maybe I'm in my own world with that. But it just kind of seemed like they were throwing a lot of extra stuff in there. And I can get it that you want to put, not just using the old cryptids and you want to put some new things in there. Rainmaking. We're really looking for that Piasa Bird here. But I feel like if you're going to do that, you kind of want to make sure, like, make it something people care about to some degree. You can put a couple of fillers in for commons if you need some. But, like, a lot of those, to some degree, they got up to super rares or they gave them a couple of alt arts. And it just didn't strike me as art that really anyone cared about. The character design seemed very generic. They were just kind of there for the sake of being there. And I don't know. It just seemed like you could streamline the set a little bit. And you could maybe, be a little more patient before just like throwing a bunch of random shit at a wall. Not trying to purposely be negative. There's definitely, like I said, there's definitely some good things. and some cool things that'd be fun to rip and to hunt for. But they definitely seem like they just maybe threw a little too much at the wall there. Another reverse squash blossom. I don't know. I feel like we're not going to get our Piasa Bird, but we're going to pretend to be hopeful here. But that could just be me, and that could just be me being delusional from my comment in the last video of, you know, it seems like they're purposely doing like a multitude of different depictions of cryptids with this concept of kind of mimicking, you know, over the years, different people's accounts of the cryptids and how, you know, everyone's going to see it a little bit differently, be it Mothman or Bigfoot. But it kind of seems like that's what they're going for. Oh my fucking God. Look at that. Now, how do you say that again? I always botch this. I'm going to give some people a heart attack here. Should I even attempt this on YouTube of all places? Pretty sure it's just Nagafuk. Yeah, it says it right there. There you go. Nah. As in, nah, don't attempt that again, Mr. Hawk. But I feel like, you know, the Mothman at the moment, you know, is probably still going to be a big chase. I feel like once that sets out, people are going to be going kind of crazy for the Mothman. I feel like at the moment, you know, no one, oh, there's an N19. It's not the Piasa Bird. God damn it. The Piasa Bird is definitely on a different rarity scale of the other N19s. I refuse to believe that it's on the same scale, because I have pulled plenty of other N19s. But that Piasa Bird is just in a different world. And I know the Wendy is also tough. And I pulled 2 Wendy's, so, you know, to some degree it is what it is. But that Piasa, oh yeah. But I feel like the Mothman is definitely going to be popular, obviously, for obvious reasons. The Hodag, for sure. Ooh, the Raven Mocker, very nice. The Hodag, the Quetzal. I don't know if I, like, love the Quetzal, but it's definitely a cool card. So I definitely feel like it's going to be, you know, if we're picking, like, the bigger chases, or, like, you know, the cards people are going to be hunting for, it might be a little bit more expensive if you want to buy the singles. I feel like that's going to be the Mothman, the Quetzal, the Hodag. I don't know the fancy monkey's name, so forgive me. Sun something, but you know, the main monkey is definitely going to be, you know, an expensive chase. You know, I don't know if I'm, like, crazy for it, but, like, it's a pretty card. You can't deny that. So then that'll definitely be a cool card to pull. And there's, you know, there's definitely a few others of the monkey variety. I think they did, like, you know, an alt art where it's like it's shadow clones and like a water background and a few other different versions. And all those looked pretty cool. There was even a super rare that looked pretty nice. So I definitely liked what I saw there back to back on the jewels. The Bigfoot alt, I don't feel like is going to be very popular. People, you know, are probably going to want it because it's Bigfoot, but I don't know if that was really the... I feel like the super rare, like the Hulk Smash, the Menace Hulk Smash super rare is definitely going to be more popular. And honestly, possibly maybe a smidge more pricey than the alt art. Now, that could be wrong. We got to see how the rarity shakes out. But the Hulk Smash one is definitely cool. And the alt art, just like, I don't really know if that's bringing much to the table there. But yeah, with like the Zix and the Phoenix and all these other ones that just kind of seem to throw at the wall, like if you took your time, they could do a similar thing that they did with, like, you know, this whole monkey clone situation. They definitely obviously decided they wanted to really focus on that. And so they gave it some amazing art and did some very cool things. They did the same thing for Snallygaster. Someone somewhere said Snallygaster needs to get some more respect. And now Snallygaster has gone from a cryptid that no one has cared about whatsoever to now being featured heavily in this set. Like, it's definitely one of the most featured cryptids in the set. You know, it's probably right up there with Bigfoot and, you know, the Monkey King as the most featured cards. I think there's at least 5 or 6 Snallygaster cards, and I think they're really cool. So I'm not a Snallygaster fan either, but I do think the Snallygaster art, for the most part, all of those are definitely cool, where I do think I might want to pull the Snallygasters. I've never thought of myself as a Snallygaster fan, but I like the depiction that they did with the character. You see what I'm saying? You can take something that no one really cared about, like the Snallygaster, and if you care, and you put like a very cool design behind it, and give it some cool art, you know, now you've taken a cryptid that no one has cared about, and like, you know, I kind of like that design, I like the concept, and now I like that card, you know? So they could do that if they wanted to. You know, they chose not to do a similar concept with the Uktena. They chose to just kind of throw the Ho-Oh and the Zix and the Phoenix and not really, you know, give it the same kind of polish is kind of what I'm getting at there. But to some degree, you know, again, it's just Mr. Haunt talking for the sake of talking. You know, food for thought. Tell me what you think. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe I'm a negative Nelly. All right, this is our last pack here, and we got no Piasa Bird. We got our N19, so I'm probably not getting anything else. But let's see what we can do here. All right. Ooh, come on. Ooh, eat, ooh, ooh. No. All right. Well, we certainly tried. All right. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It's been real. Safe travels. Stay spooky. Let me know what you think of things coming up here. Make sure. Get ready. Get ready. Are you ready? You're going to get so distracted with everything else going on, you're not going to want to forget because you're going to regret it. Dead World coming to Kickstarter. It's happening. It's happening. A week or two. This month. Kickstarter. Be ready. Be on your guard. Dead World coming at you. Much love. Peace.